So guys, I'm finally here, and like, if you can't tell, look how tight packed these arcades are. This is my type of place. I love coming to places like this, picking things, and just getting to look at all these games that one, I may not even know exist, but just really appreciating the art and the style that would go into cabinets like this, and just so insane. But I cannot wait to show you guys why I'm here and what I'm picking up. Wow, look at that Xenophobe. 3 joysticks, we got a Crystal Castle, SAR, Victory Road, Space Harrier. Just, I mean, machine after machine, pinballs. And if I didn't mention before, this is actually just the storage room of Game Galaxy up in Tennessee. It's crazy to think too that this is just his warehouse of games. I believe he told me he has around 450 at his game arcade location, plus whatever games are here. I love that, look at that. Yeah. But just awesome, man. I have 75 machines in my personal collection, and this just dwarfs that, but just so cool. Another person I know that would absolutely enjoy seeing stuff like this is my good buddy Joe at Rad Junk. This is just in our blood. We love this. Not just the games themselves, but crowded warehouses full of games that some may need work, but it's honestly the artwork that brings these things to life for me. But just so awesome to see all this stuff. Like, I love this. Look at that curved marquee as well. Like that's how you know it's a dedicated Data East. So this is gonna preview kind of the thing that I'm picking up. This isn't the item, but guys, look at this. This is basically what you would consider like a PC-10, but for Turbografx. We even have these like game cards here. And like Jason mentioned, they look pretty bootleg, but they are not. This is how they would look. I mean, look at this blazing lasers. Like, look how uninspired. It's like a crossword puzzle, but just so cool. I love seeing stuff like this. Marquee, never even taken out of plastic. Like, you have like a weird, like hacked out NEC Turbografx there where you could play games on. Your control board, just awesome. So let's take a moment and look at these 2 service manuals for this. And surprisingly, although I didn't have the arcade, I had an extra service manual that randomly came in this folder. And right off the bat, look at this too. We have the original number crossed out with a new number there, some notes labeling it 1089. Just super cool. They're pretty much the same overall with like some just additional notes, but basically, you would order that United Amusement arcade, so that way you could just convert it. That was just like one of their base machines. If we look at some of these other pieces, you know, that's how you install the artwork, that's how you do all this. So if you're using different things, you could use a Nintendo cabinet for this to backdoor. Curtis, are you seeing this backdoor, the cabinet? And then you can also convert a Gremlin cabinet. If you don't know, that's an Atari Gremlin cabinet. We also have a Bally Midway cabinet you can convert, as well as a Rockola Cinematronics. And so these are just like the type of monitors that would be in these, you know, just some basic settings. But this one had something really cool. Look at this invoice from 1989, September 25th. This person bought one of these. Twin pack, came with 4 games, $1,800, totaling $2,032.85 in 1989. Can you imagine with inflation how much that would cost now? We have a little napkin note here too that just kind of gives an additional stuff. Maybe Rich was the guy's name who wrote this, but I just love stuff like this. Just weird ephemeral paperwork. Just freaking love it. Now I got 2 of these, so I guess maybe I can part with one. I don't know. We'll see. I might just keep it, everything, hoard it all. To point this one out too, this isn't the arcade that I'm picking up, but check out this Punky Doodle arcade. I guarantee you, basically none of you knew that this existed. I didn't know it existed, but apparently this is the only cabinet that exists. And if I'm not mistaken, the artist that made this game was the one who was responsible for Arrow the Acrobat and Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel. So just cool artwork. Look at that. Kind of reminds me of like Lolo. All All right, so now let's take a look at the reason why I came out here. So, look at this. This is the Bonk arcade. Not by NEC, but by Kaneko. And let me explain why this is so significant. There are only a handful of boards known to exist, but this is the only dedicated arcade for Bonk's Adventure that ever existed. These games never made it to arcades, they never made it to anyone's home. This was made for a trade show that was supposed to, you know, sell the game and make it to where you would have in the arcade, but it really never made it beyond that. This game was designed to get points and dispense tickets. And with those tickets at the trade show, you could actually trade them in for this Bonk shirt right here, which I happen to own. The only reason why I even knew that this arcade even existed was because of the shirt that I found at ThriftCon. I cannot believe I'm looking at this. I cannot believe I'm about to own this. My goodness. Insane, guys. Like, just insane. I was talking to Jason too, and he's actually had a couple of these boards come through his possession, which I know there's only a handful that even exist, but he was telling me that the last board, just the board, sold for $7,000. So I'm let's give it a credit. Let's see what we got here. Wow, listen to that. Dang.
Just like other Bonk games, this is a platformer, and if you've never played a Bonk game, you really should give it a try. This series is overflowing with creativity and style.
So I'm back at the studio, guys. Look how nice this cleaned up. Like, all the discoloration, everything. I actually even took the old control panel plastic off and patterned it and laser cut a new one. Also was able to clean up under here. What I also noticed was that this right here, and if you can barely see, there's a slight shadow of where like some circular thing was for, and electricity came to it, and this was its mounting points. Thanks to me and a couple friends looking at the photo, what it actually was, it's one of these siren things that would probably go off in conjunction with receiving tickets, which I do also want to add in a ticket dispenser back in here. And it would be nice too, this game is 2-player. This is original to this, but what I'm wanting to do is make a secondary entire unit so I don't damage this one or, you know, change it. I'm just gonna make a second one that is 2-player that I can just swap out. It's just these screws right here that hold this in, and so I can swap them out, keep the original, as well as have one to kind of bring this game back to its full glory. And so what I didn't mention earlier is I actually picked this up on the way to Midwest Gaming Classic, so that allowed me to kind of present this at the booth, and I had some very good reactions to it. And so also picked up quite a few things at Midwest, so that will be the next video coming out next week, so see you guys then.